Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Munmun Bhattacharya, coming up in the next hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses the nation on 79th Independence Day, urges for self-reliance across sectors to make India a developed nation by 2047, when India completes 100 years of its independence. PM Modi announces next generation GST reforms by Diwali, reforms to make daily use items more affordable in India. PM Modi launches 1 lakh crore Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana, government to give 15,000 rupees to youth getting jobs in private companies. Scheme expected to benefit 35 million youth getting first jobs. The high-stakes summit meeting between Trump and Putin to take place in Alaska later today. Trump says Ukraine would be involved in any deal on its fate. Massive wildfires sweep across Europe. Spain suffers third wildfire death. Greece beats back flames. EU says it is working non-stop to support wildfire-affected countries. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hoisted the tricolour at Red Fort in Delhi as the nation celebrated 79th Independence Day. Flying officer Rashika Sharma assisted the Prime Minister in hoisting the flag, after which flower petals were showered from 2 Mi-17 helicopters of the Indian Air Force, one carrying the national flag and the other Operation Sindoor flag. Wing Commander Vinay Punia and Wing Commander Aditya Jaiswal piloted the aircraft. PM Modi was received at the Red Fort by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Minister of State and Defence Sanjay Seth and chiefs of the three services. The Prime Minister also received the ceremonial Guard of Honour by the National Flag Guard, the Indian Air Force, Army, Navy and Delhi Police, totalling up to 128 people. Wing Commander Arun Nagar led the Inter-Services Guard of Honour. A total of 2,500 cadets from the Indian Army, Navy and Air Force, along with My Bharat volunteers, were seated on Gyan Path opposite the ramparts of the Red Fort, forming the Naya Bharat logo. Praising the success of Indian Armed Forces in Operation Sindoor from the ramparts of the Red Fort, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, India has punished its enemies beyond imagination. He was addressing the nation on India's 79th Independence Day.
मुझे बहुत गर्व हो रहा है। आज मुझे लाल किले की प्राचीर से ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के वीर जाबाजों को सैल्यूट करने का अवसर मिला है। हमारे वीर जाबाज सैनिकों ने दुश्मनों को उनकी कल्पना से परे सजा दी है और इस अपील को पहलगाम में सीमा पार से आतंकियों ने आकर के जिस प्रकार का कत्ले आम किया, धर्म पूछ करके लोगों को मारा गया, पत्नी के सामने पति को गोलियां दी, बच्चों के सामने अपने पिता को मौत के घाट उतार दिया गया। पूरा हिंदुस्तान आक्रोश से भरा हुआ था। पूरा विश्व भी इस प्रकार से संहार से चौंक गया था। मेरे प्यारे देशवासी, ऑपरेशन सिंदूर उसी आक्रोश की अभिव्यक्ति है। 22 तारीख के बाद हमने हमारे सेना को खुली छूट दे दी। रणनीति वो तय करे, लक्ष्य वो तय करे, समय भी वो चुने, और हमारी सेना ने वो करके दिखाया जो कई दशकों तक कभी हुआ नहीं था। सैकड़ों किलोमीटर दुश्मन की धरती पर घुस करके आतंकी इमारतों को खंडहर बना दिया। पाकिस्तान की नींद अभी भी उड़ी हुई है। पाकिस्तान में हुई तबाही इतनी बड़ी है कि रोज नए नए खुलासे हो रहे हैं, नई नई जानकारियां आ रही हैं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave his 12th Independence Day address to the nation on Friday. During his address, the Prime Minister hailed the abrogation of Article 370, saying how the mantra of one nation, one constitution was accepted. He said India will not differentiate between terrorists and those supporting them.
हमारा देश कई दशकों से आतंक को झेलता आया हुआ। देश के सीने को छलनी कर दिया गया है। अब हमने एक न्यू नॉर्मल प्रस्थापित किया। आतंक को और आतंकी को पालने पोसने वालों को, आतंकियों को ताकत देने वालों को अब हम अलग अलग नहीं मानेंगे। वो मानवता के समान दुश्मन है, उनके बीच कोई फर्क नहीं है। अब भारत ने तय कर लिया है कि न्यूक्लियर की धमकियों को अब हम सहने वाले नहीं हैं। न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल लंबे अरसे से चलाया, अब वो ब्लैकमेल नहीं सहा जाएगा। आगे भी अगर दुश्मनों ने ये कोशिश जारी रखी, हमारी सेना तय करेगी। सेना की शर्तों पर, सेना जो समय निर्धारित करे उस समय पर, सेना जो तौर तरीके तय करे उस तौर तरीके से, सेना जो लक्ष्य तय करे उस लक्ष्य को अब हम अमल में ला करके रहने वाले हैं। हम मुंह तोड़ जवाब देंगे।
On the Indus Waters Treaty, PM Modi said it had caused enormous harm to agriculture in India. He said the attack in Pahalgam underscored the futility of continuing the agreement. He said India has now decided that blood and water will not flow together.
भारत ने तय कर लिया है, खून और पानी एक साथ नहीं बहेंगे। अब देशवासियों को भली भांति पता चला है कि सिंधु का समझौता कितना अन्यायपूर्ण है, कितना एक तरफा है। भारत से निकलती नदियों का पानी दुश्मनों के खेत को सींच रहा है, और मेरे देश के किसान, मेरे देश की धरती पानी के बिना प्यासी है। ये ऐसा समझौता था जिसने पिछले 7 दशक से मेरे देश के किसानों का अकल्पनीय नुकसान किया है। अब हिंदुस्तान के हक का जो पानी है उस पर अधिकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान का है, हिंदुस्तान के किसानों का है। किसान हित में, राष्ट्र हित में ये समझौता हमें मंजूर नहीं है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi promised a big Diwali gift in the form of next-generation GST reforms. While announcing National Critical Mission, he said self-reliance in critical minerals is essential. Highlighting the importance of Atmanirbhar Bharat or self-reliant India, PM Modi said a nation's true pride lies in self-reliance, and that is the foundation of a Viksit Bharat or developed India.
आत्मनिर्भरता का नाता सिर्फ आयात और निर्यात, रुपये, पैसे, पाउंड, डॉलर यहां तक सीमित नहीं है। इतना सीमित अर्थ उसका नहीं है। आत्मनिर्भरता का नाता हमारे सामर्थ्य से जुड़ा हुआ, और जब आत्मनिर्भरता खत्म होने लगती है तो सामर्थ्य भी निरंतर क्षीण होता जाता है। और इसलिए हमारे सामर्थ्य को बचाए रखने, बनाए रखने और बढ़ाए रखने के लिए आत्मनिर्भर होना बहुत अनिवार्य है। साथियों, हमने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में देखा है मेड इन इंडिया की कमाल क्या थी। दुश्मन को पता तक न चला कि कौन से शस्त्रास्त्र है, ये कौन सा सामर्थ्य है जो पलक भर में उनको नष्ट कर रहा है। सोचिए, अगर हम आत्मनिर्भर होते न होते तो क्या ऑपरेशन सिंदूर इतनी त्वरित गति से हम कर पाते? पता नहीं कौन सप्लाई देगा, नहीं देगा, साजो सामान मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा, इसी की चिंता बनी रहती। लेकिन हमें मेड इन इंडिया की शक्ति हमारे हाथ में थी, सेना के हाथ में थी। इसलिए बिना चिंता, बिना रुकावट, बिना हिचकिचाहट हमारी सेना अपना पराक्रम करती रही।
PM Modi also announced Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. He also said 6 semiconductor units are already on the ground and 4 new units have been given the green signal.
21वीं सदी टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन सेंचुरी है। हम जब टेक्नोलॉजी के अलग अलग आयामों की बात करते हैं तो मैं आपका ध्यान आकर्षित करता हूं सेमीकंडक्टर पे। उदाहरण के तौर पे बताता हूं, 50-60 साल पहले सेमीकंडक्टर को लेकर के फाइलें शुरू हुई। 50-60 साल पहले फैक्ट्री का विचार चालू हुआ। आप मेरे नौजवानों जान करके हैरान हो जाएंगे, आज सेमीकंडक्टर जो पूरी दुनिया की एक ताकत बन गया है, 50-60 साल पहले वो विचार, वो फाइलें अटक गई, लटक गई, अटक गई। सेमीकंडक्टर के विचार की ही भ्रूण हत्या हो गई। 50-60 साल गवा दी। हमारे बाद कई देश सेमीकंडक्टर में आज महारत हासिल करके दुनिया में अपनी ताकत को प्रस्थापित कर।
Praising how every Indian is carrying the tricolor with them today, PM Modi mentioned that over 140 crore, that is 1.4 billion Indians, are carrying the colors of the tricolor.
बजट का बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा ये पेट्रोल, डीजल, गैस इन सबको लाने के लिए खर्च होता था। लाखों करोड़ रुपए चले जाते थे। अगर हम ऊर्जा में डिपेंडेंट न होते तो वो धन मेरे देश के नौजवानों के भविष्य के लिए काम आता। वो धन मेरे देश के गरीबों को गरीबी के खिलाफ लड़ाई लड़ने में काम आता। वो धन मेरे देश के किसानों के कल्याण में काम आता। वो धन मेरे देश के गांव की परिस्थिति को पलटने के लिए काम आता। लेकिन हमें विदेशों को देना पड़ रहा। अब हम आत्मनिर्भर बनने की दिशा में काम कर रहे हैं। देश को विकसित बनाने के लिए हम अब समुद्र मंथन की तरफ भी जा रहे हैं। हमारे समुद्र के मंथन को आगे बढ़ाते हुए हम समुद्र के भीतर के तेल के भंडार, गैस के भंडार उसको खोजने की दिशा में एक मिशन मोड में काम करना चाहते हैं। और इसलिए भारत ने नेशनल डीप वाटर एक्सप्लोरेशन मिशन शुरू करने जा रहा है।
The people of Indian industry have praised Prime Minister's speech, which has inspired 1.4 billion people across the country. Take a listen.
Today, on the occasion of 79th Independence Day, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, talked about various aspects concerning society, defense, industry, economy, and gave a clarion call for Atmanirbhar Bharat. He lauded our entrepreneurship spirit and talked about creating new GST reforms which will be applicable by Diwali, reducing taxes especially for MSME sector. He mentioned about the energy security and also the clean energy, where deep sea oil exploration, the nuclear power will be made available to the private sector, pharma-related research and IPs, and pride of Swadeshi. He also mentioned about the new generation tax reforms in income tax and other places.
Today, Honorable Prime Minister's speech inspired 1.4 billion people of India. He has once again given a clarion call for Viksit Bharat by 2047. He appealed youth, women and industry to be vocal for local and make sure that we make the quality product in very competitive prices. Honorable Prime Minister also emphasized that this is the moment of India, and finally he said, "Yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai." Jai Hind.
As the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi reminded us today, the vision of Naya Bharat and Vikasit Bharat 2047 are within our reach. A developed, self-reliant India ready to take its place as a global leader. At the heart of this vision lies Atmanirbhar Bharat, an India that draws strength from its own capabilities and innovation. A key player of this journey will be energy self-reliance.
Joining us now is our correspondent Vishal Baristo from Red Fort, and also for Perspective, Praful Ketkar, editor-organizer. A pleasure to have the two of you here on DD India. Well, Vishal, coming to you, since you were there where the Prime Minister delivered his Independence Day address at the Red Fort, tell us about the reactions that it elicited there from the people, because we saw the Prime Minister after his speech had personally interacted with children, with NCC cadets. He waved to the crowd there as well. So tell us about the reactions that got.
Well, first of all, Munmun, a very happy Independence Day to you and to all our viewers. Right now I am here at the NCC camp, which is at the Red Fort. The rain gods have been kind enough, but now it's drizzling and it's pouring. and the cadets are enjoying the rains. The Josh is absolutely high, and why not? Because they've met the Prime Minister, they've heard the Prime Minister, they've interacted with the Prime Minister, and 2,500, especially cadets from NCC and also youth from My Bharat were invited. In all, there were 5,000 people who were invited from different parts of the country, and when they heard the Prime Minister talking about Operation Sindoor and what made it so successful, why the operation was so successful, the Prime Minister reminded the country that it was all because of the efforts made by the government for the last 10 years, especially focusing on self-reliance, and that is why the operation was so successful. He also warned the enemy across the border, and he called Pakistan loud and clear that India will not be cowed down by any nuclear blackmail, because India itself is a nuclear power. And he also said that we are ready for any eventuality, and I've given full freedom to our defense forces. They are going to decide, they would decide the time and place and how it would be executed in case there is any untoward attempt by the enemy from across the border. He also spoke about how India is galloping towards the target of 2047, when India would become a Viksit Bharat, which means a developed country. He also appealed to the youth of the country that I'm with you, my government is with you, and I seek your support, and let's take a pledge and let's make this year as the year of prosperity. So with these words, the youth of the country definitely got so much excited and also so much pumped up. And here, after it all got over, it's time to rejoice, to have some fun. We saw how the cadets were enjoying in the rains, dancing and singing, because they've been here practicing very hard for the last 15 days, and now it was their day to have some good time. Munmun?
Right, Vishal, stay with us and do take care of yourself, as it is raining quite heavily there, like you said. Well, Praful Ketkar is with us. Prafulji, is self-reliance the surest means of attaining sustainable and comprehensive development, and is that the reason that it became the centerpiece of PM's address as we aim to become a developed nation by 2047? Is Prafulji with us? Okay, if you could unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Happy Independence Day to you and all your viewers. That certainly is the core and central theme, that Swadeshi is the guarantee for security and samruddhi. Prosperity cannot come without Swadeshi, and security cannot be ensured without Swadeshi. So he is virtually making all our sectors, all our stakeholders, all sections of the society as partner in this journey for and goal for self-reliant Bharat. Because Atmanirbhar, as he said, is not just about whether, net import-export ratio, or whether, rupee vis-a-vis dollar or pound. It is basically, reigniting innate strength of the nation, of the society, so that, on basic fundamental things, we need not be dependent on other countries. And he gave example of Operation Sindoor. Operation Sindoor could achieve its objectives only because when it comes to our armed forces action, it was based on our preparation on made in India weapons. And that's why for small components, we need not be, we had no sort of uncertainty and dependence on other countries. And that's why whether it comes to BrahMos, whether it comes to using precision technology, we were confident to use the way we wanted to execute our operation. So it was a clear message and a theme that revolved around Atmanirbharta, or Swadeshi, as the core for from Swatantrata to Samruddhi, from independence to prosperous Bharat. So that clearly, a core theme that we can see from today's message of Prime Minister.
Yes, taking the point that you made on Operation Sindoor and defense indigenization forward. On defense indigenization, is India then on the right path and also aiming big? And has PM Modi also sent out another unmistakable warning to Pakistan that blood and water cannot go together and Indian armed forces would respond to any misadventure by Pakistan at a time and place of its choosing?
What we have done is, we have made a doctrinal shift during Operation Sindoor. We first of all we have clearly said that we are not going to differentiate between the terrorists and the sponsors of terrorism. So that is a clear-cut message. I think first time ever any prime minister has mentioned Pakistan so categorically in the speech. Nuclear blackmail is no longer valid. That is the second message of Operation Sindoor. And thirdly, of course, the way we have used our own indigenous technology and the way we have struck Pakistan well within its territory and destroyed the terror camps and the terror training modules. So that is the message that Prime Minister has reminded again on 15th of August, because when the terrorism and the ideas and the actions related to terrorism have been the biggest threat to India's security and sovereignty. And when we are celebrating Independence Day, this eternal vigilance is a very important factor while ensuring safety and security of each and every citizen. So that is why he reminded that the dreaded and the ghastly act of terrorism in Pahalgam, when people were killed while asking their religion, they were killed in front of their children and wives. So this was, this had shaken the conscience of the humanity. And as yesterday, Honorable President also said, Operation Sindoor symbolizes the fight of humanity against terrorism. India is leading that fight. That is the message that Prime Minister has reiterated.
Also, how do you assess, Prafulji, the impact of two major economic initiatives announced today? One is Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana that was launched today by the PM, and also the second generation GST reforms to be rolled out by Diwali.
See, in fact, there are a number of new initiatives and schemes that Prime Minister announced today. Many task forces are announced, whether it comes to the deep sea exploration mission, whether it is to do with the the national mission for critical minerals. But along with that, these two important initiatives. As we are facing global uncertainties, there are two things which will be impacted. One is the small and the medium scale industry, and we have seen now a long stretch of GST implementation, and whatever the despite trying to bring some sort of uniformity and regulation in the GST process, small and medium scale industries are still facing certain hiccups when it comes to the technological part of it. So the second generation reforms were expected. So I see this more as another step forward in ease of doing business and empowering the small and medium scale industries. Besides that, when industry gets impacted due to the market related uncertainties due to wars or tariffs, then the employability is another factor. Prime Minister on the one hand gave a call to the industries to ensure giving employment to maximum youth and giving them certain incentives. At the same time, a lakh crore amount has been secured and announced for this Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana for youth. So 15,000 is the amount that youth is going to get under this scheme. Another important initiative, because when you really want to achieve the path of and adopt the path of Swadeshi, as Prime Minister rightly said, it is not just about the protectionism as generally perceived globally, but it is more about securing your inherent strength, working on your inherent strength. So this is going to give, because as Prime Minister gave a call to youth to participate in maximum innovation, industries, ideas, manufacturing. So all these things are going to play a very, very critical role. And when youth get a sort of security and guarantee with this kind of scheme, they will get more confidence to come up with better ideas and a sort of security to face the challenges that are coming.
Right, and the Prime Minister also announced a high-powered demography mission. He also lauded the contribution of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh in nation building in all these decades. But we leave it at that. Praful Ketkar, pleasure to have you on DD India.
Thank you.
Still to come on this edition of DD India News Hour. 79th Independence Day celebrated across India. Flag hoisting ceremony took place across states. Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour with me, Munmun Bhattacharya. A recap of the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses the nation on 79th Independence Day, urges for self-reliance across sectors to make India a developed nation by 2047 when India completes 100 years of its independence. PM Modi announces next generation GST reforms by Diwali, reforms to make daily use items more affordable. PM Modi launches 1 lakh crore Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana, government to give 15,000 rupees to youth getting jobs in private companies. A scheme expected to benefit 35 million youth getting their jobs for the first time. The high-stakes summit meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin to take place in Alaska later today. Trump says Ukraine would be involved in any deal on its fate. Massive wildfires sweep across Europe. Spain suffers a third wildfire death. Greece beats back flames. EU says it is working non-stop to support wildfire-affected countries. And now we're getting in some visuals on the occasion of Independence Day. President Draupadi Murmu, flanked by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. The nation is celebrating 79th Independence Day. It's been 78 years since India got independence from British colonial rule. Earlier in the day, we saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi deliver a very visionary address to the nation, which was forward-looking with the aim of making India a developed nation by 2047 when India completes 100 years of its independence. Now, President of India, Draupadi Murmu, and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh reaching the National War Memorial in New Delhi to pay tributes to all those Indian soldiers who lost their lives in service of the nation over the decades. A wreath being laid in honor of Indian soldiers martyred in various wars and military conflicts. On the momentous occasion of India's 79th Independence Day. The weather being unable to play spoil sport as President of India pays her tribute to Indian soldiers martyred in various wars and military conflicts over the decades at the National War Memorial in New Delhi. President Draupadi Murmu paying her tributes to the fallen heroes of India, the Indian soldiers who lost their lives in various military conflicts in the First World War, in the Third Anglo-Afghan War, in the 1971 India-Pakistan War, and all conflicts since. Like you saw, at the heart of the war memorial is the Amar Jawan Jyoti that burns as a symbol of India's enduring respect for its fallen heroes. The eternal flame originally lit beneath the iconic India Gate in 1972, but it found its new home here in January 2022. The flame is accompanied by an inverted bayonet and a soldier's helmet. It stands as a poignant reminder of the sacrifice made during the 1971 war and various military conflicts since by Indian soldiers. And on this occasion of 79th Independence Day of India, we saw President Draupadi Murmu paying her respects to the fallen soldiers, and Rajnath Singh, Defence Minister, had accompanied her. Let's move on now onto some more news on India's Independence Day. Earlier, on the occasion of Independence Day, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh had hoisted a national flag at his residence in New Delhi. Union Minister Manohar Lal Khattar hoisted the national flag at his residence in Delhi. Union Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan hoisted the flag at his Delhi residence and wished the countrymen happy Independence Day. The Chief Minister of the Central State of India, Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohan Yadav, also hoisted the national flag at BJP office. Chief Minister of the Northern State of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, hoisted the national flag at his residence in Lucknow to mark 79th Independence Day. Chief Minister of the Northern Indian state of Rajasthan, Bhajan Lal Sharma, hoisted the national flag on Independence Day in Rajasthan. Chief Minister of Haryana, Nayab Singh Saini, hoisted the national flag. The Chief Minister of the Northern Indian state of Uttarakhand, Pushkar Singh Dhami, also hoisted the tricolour on India's 79th Independence Day. India's Independence Day was also celebrated in the eastern Indian state of Bihar, where Chief Minister Nitish Kumar hoisted the tricolour. The Chief Minister of the northeastern Indian state of Tripura, Manik Saha, too hoisted the national flag on India's Independence Day. The 79th Independence Day of India was celebrated by the High Commission of India in Bangladesh on Friday. A large number of Indian community members took part in the celebrations at the Chancery Building in Dhaka. Artists of the Indira Gandhi Cultural Centre and members of the Indian community sang patriotic songs on the occasion. High Commissioner Pranay Verma hoisted the national flag and read out excerpts from the President's address to the nation. This year, the Independence Day celebrations marked India's 78th year of independence, and the celebrations were held with great fervour. The Assistant High Commissions of India in Sylhet, Khulna, Chattogram and Rajshahi also celebrated Independence Day. World's biggest Indian flag to soar over Johannesburg in South Africa on the 15th of August 2025. A historic and monumental event will be observed. The world's largest Indian flag will fly over Johannesburg, South Africa on the 15th of August. A flag measuring 26 meters in height and 39 meters in length was flown by helicopter for 2.5 hours over the city. This event is a powerful symbol of India's unity and pride for Indians living in South Africa. On to some international updates now. Finally, there is going to be a meeting between US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday. The anticipation over the outcome is quite high. Will it be a repeat of Zelensky-Trump Oval Row or actually a warm handshaking? As Trump insisted that he would not be intimidated by Russian leader Vladimir Putin on the eve of a high-stakes summit and said Ukraine would be involved in any deal on its fate. Putin flies to Alaska on Friday at the invitation of Trump in his first visit to a Western country since his conflict with Ukraine in 2022 that killed tens of thousands of people. As Russia made gains on the battlefield, the Kremlin said the two presidents plan to meet one-on-one, heightening fears of European leaders that Putin will cajole Trump into a settlement imposed on Ukraine. Though Trump promised not to finalize any deal with Putin and said he hoped to hold a three-way summit with Zelensky, possibly immediately afterward in Alaska. Germany has strongly objected to an Israeli plan to build thousands of new homes in the West Bank, calling on the government to stop settlement construction in the Palestinian territory. Berlin strongly rejects the Israeli government's announcements on thousands of new settlements in the Israeli-occupied areas of West Bank. Earlier, Israel's finance minister backed plans on Thursday to build 3,400 homes in a particularly contentious area of the occupied West Bank. The United Nations chief warned that building Israeli homes in the area would put an end to hopes for a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Israel has long had ambitions to build on the sensitive parcel of land east of Jerusalem known as E1, but the plan has been frozen for decades amid international opposition. Meanwhile, the European Union's top diplomat has also urged Israel on Thursday to desist from a plan to build homes in West Bank. EU diplomat Kaja Kallas said that the decision of Israeli authorities to advance the E1 settlement plan further undermines the two-state solution while being a breach of international law. Pentagon announced on Thursday that all 800 National Guard troops who were ordered to the U.S. capital, Washington, to aid law enforcement personnel by President Donald Trump have now been mobilized. Trump ordered the deployment as part of what he billed as a crackdown on crime in Washington, where violent offenses are in fact down. Pentagon Press Secretary Kinsley Wilson said that the force will assist the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department and federal law enforcement partners with the monument security, community safety patrols, protecting federal facilities and officers, and traffic control posts. The National Guard will not arrest, search or direct law enforcement, but they have the authority to temporarily detain individuals to prevent imminent harm. Spain on Thursday mourned its third wildfire death this week, and Greece began beating back a blaze threatening its third largest city as an unrelenting heat wave stoked tinderbox conditions in southern Europe. The European Union said it was working non-stop to support countries battling wildfires raging across European countries. The assistance comes as the country recorded one of the longest heat waves since records began. They have raised about 148,000 hectares in the country this year, the second highest area since 2006. Spanish authorities said one person battling flames in the northwestern Castile and Leon region had died, taking the toll to 3 after earlier reporting fatalities there and near Madrid this week. Extreme summer heat, which scientists said human-driven climate change is exacerbating, has fueled blazes across the region, including Greece, Portugal, Spain and the Balkans. Greece, which has also requested EU assistance against wildfires, gained ground against a major blaze that had closed in on the western port city of Patras. Firefighters there faced scattered pockets of flames, but the fire was still active in the eastern outskirts of the city of 250,000 people, Fire Brigade spokesman Vasilis Vatrak-Giannis said. A wildfire burning through central Portugal lit up the night sky in hues of orange and red. So far this year, about 52,000 hectares of Portugal's total area have burned, exceeding the 2006 to 2024 average for the same period by about 10,000 hectares, according to the European Forest Fire Information System. A Brazilian Supreme Court Justice Alexandra de Moraes has asked for a trial date to be set for former President Jair Bolsonaro. Moraes, who is overseeing the case at which Bolsonaro is accused of plotting a coup, sent the request to Justice Cristiano Zanin, though Bolsonaro denies the accusations. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump criticized Brazil's trade policies and treatment of former President Bolsonaro.
Brazil has some very bad laws happening where they took a president and they put him in jail, or they're trying to jail him. And I happen to know the man, and I will tell you, I'm pretty good at people. I think he's an honest man. I think what they've done, this is this is really a political execution that they're trying to do with Bolsonaro.
Anti-government demonstrators vandalized the offices of the ruling Serbian Progressive Party in the northern city of Novi Sad on Thursday. Dozens of anti-government protesters smashed the windows of the party's offices, threw out furniture and paraphernalia and splashed paint across the entrance. Police later cordoned off several blocks in Novi Sad's city centre and used tear gas to disperse the crowd. While in the capital, Belgrade, and other protesters engaged in clashes with police and SNS supporters, and they threw flares and firecrackers at each other on one of the city's main boulevards. Police deployed tear gas to disperse the crowd and clear the area. Protests in Serbia continue over a fatal station collapse, with calls for early elections amid corruption allegations. More than 360 people fell ill in the Indonesian town of Sagran in central Java after consuming school lunches on Thursday. Sragen government chief Sigit Pomunskas said food sample was being tested in a lab and government would pay for any medical treatment if needed. The likely contaminated lunch was turmeric rice, omelette ribbons, fried tempeh, cucumber and lettuce salad, sliced apple and a box of milk cooked in a central kitchen and distributed to several schools. It is the largest food poisoning case to hit President Prabowo Subianto's flagship free meals program. Apple has denied allegations made by Elon Musk that its App Store unfairly favors OpenAI's ChatGPT over other artificial intelligence apps, including Musk's own chatbot Grok. Musk claimed Apple was violating antitrust laws by making it impossible for any AI company besides OpenAI to reach the top spot in the App Store. However, Apple responded that its App Store is designed to be fair and free of bias, with rankings determined by objective criteria such as user engagement, reviews and downloads. Musk's accusations sparked a heated exchange with OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, who called the claims remarkable and accused Musk of manipulating his social media platform X to benefit his own companies. Musk retaliated by calling Altman a liar. YouTube has started using artificial intelligence to figure out children users pretending to be adults to promote and in fact to protect minors from sensitive content. YouTube will use a version of AI, referred as machine learning, to estimate the age of users based on a variety of factors, including the kinds of videos watched and account longevity. This technology to allow to infer a user's age and then use that signal regardless of the birthday in the account to deliver age-appropriate product experiences and protections. The new safeguard is being rolled out in the United States as Google-owned YouTube and other social media platforms such as Instagram and TikTok are under scrutiny to shield children from content geared for adults. On the occasion of India's 79th Independence Day, sand artist and Padma Shri awardee Sudarshan Patnaik unveiled a stunning sand sculpture at Puri Beach. The 8-feet high sculpture bore the powerful message Bharat Mata Ki Jai, paying homage to India's armed forces. That's all in this edition of DD India News Hour, but do share your thoughts with us on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. You can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. This is Mulmun Bhattacharya from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour. Namaskar and a very happy Independence Day to all Indians.